All right, we got the 10 most dangerous prisoner in the world.
Don't believe it. They think I'm a serial killer.
For this list, we'll be looking at some less than savory, still living criminals that you wouldn't want as cellmates. Which of these criminals is most disturbing? Let us know in the comments. Jason Barnum. Jason Barnum became known as
My boy look
Eyeball,
like a
and
Tokyo
it's not
Ghoul
hard to see
character.
why. Barnum's right eye is tattooed black, and he has an
Damn,
eyeball
but that
tattoo
got
on
hurt
his
so
forehead.
bad, bro. Holy
A serial
fuck.
burglar, Barnum was found hiding in a hotel in 2012 and opened fire on 2 police officers, wounding 1. He was subsequently arrested and sentenced to 22 years in prison.
Only?
In
I thought you get life
2015.
sentence when
His
you
charges
shoot a
included
girl.
attempted
Well,
murder,
when you
as
shot
well
a
as car
cop.
theft and burglary. He claimed to have been doing so to fund his addiction to illicit substances.
I mean, I'm not
Nothing
trying. I'm not
else.
trying to be
The
crazy,
eyeball
but to
definitely
be called the
has
10 most
distinctive
dangerous
look.
prisoner in the world,
Joseph
you only
James
shoot 2
D'Angelo.
cops,
He was like a
and
handler,
that's it.
highly intelligent.
Okay, listen, bro. I'm not saying that's nothing. Like, the end of the day,
Most recognized
but
as the Golden
like,
State
bro,
Killer, Joseph
I was
James
expecting some
D'Angelo was
crazy
the
shit. Like,
perpetrator of an alarming
that's
amount
something
of
you heard in
crimes.
the news and
In
fucking
fact,
like.
Golden State was
You know
the
what I'm
9th
saying?
pseudonym awarded to him
That's
by
some
the
shit that
media.
happened like every
Between
day type shit.
1974 and 1986, D'Angelo murdered 13 people,
Whoa.
assaulted over 50 women, and committed around 120 burglaries.
And each new
What
assault
the? See,
led
that's
to
what I'm
ever
saying. That's
increasing
crazy.
fear in
That's
thousands of
crazy. The
families.
other one was like
After
something you are every day,
1986,
bro.
The case went cold.
What the
and
fuck?
remained so for some time until genetic genealogy
Yo.
and incriminating DNA evidence led to D'Angelo's 2018 arrest at the age of 72.
Police say the 72-year-old appeared surprised when they swarmed his home Tuesday evening.
No incident. He didn't say it wasn't me or anything like that.
No, really no conversation at all.
He was eventually charged with 13 counts of first-degree
That's
murder
life
and
sentence,
13 counts of
right?
kidnapping, all to which he pled guilty. D'Angelo was a police officer
Oh
for a
my
brief
gosh.
period in the 1970s, which is all the more disturbing. He is currently serving
Abuse
life
of power,
without
huh?
parole. Surinder Kohli.
They didn't say how
In
many times
2005 and
he's gonna be in jail.
2006, The city of Noida, India was subject to missing children cases which were greatly overlooked by local authorities, despite mounting pressure from parents. In 2006, Noida businessman Moninder Singh Pandare and his servant Surinder Kohli were arrested on charges of murdering a sex worker. Upon digging for those remains, investigators found numerous younger remains as well. Kohli confessed to multiple murders among other heinous actions. There were over 19 victims.
What the
Kohli was
fuck?
sentenced to death on 13 counts of murder, a sentence which is still pending. It was determined by courts that Pandare wasn't involved in the murders, but he did get 7 years in prison for soliciting sex workers.
Crazy world we live in, man.
Joanna Dennehy. In 2013, Joanna Dennehy stabbed 3 men to death in Cambridgeshire, England, and stabbed 2
Whoa.
more elsewhere who survived.
Joanne Dennehy is a woman that thrives on confrontation, and the natural follow-on for that is that she actually enjoyed the physical element of the violence that she inflicted on the men and the control she was able to inflict on these men.
The 3 murder victims were known to Dennehy, while the surviving 2 were completely random men walking their dogs.
Now, looking at the
What the
relationship
fuck?
that Joanne Dennehy had with her accomplices, I think she was able to charm these men. She was able to kind of lure them in, really, and they would have been flattered by her attentions, you know.
All were premeditated attacks, and Dennehy had allegedly planned to commit 9 murders in total.
Again, it's this.
So they were like
search for
flirting
fame,
with them
the
and
search
just
for, being
shit.
different. Passion that she had was to try and become a famous killer.
While in custody, authorities found an escape plan Dennehy had written down, which involved cutting the finger off a wounded or murdered guard to open biometric scans
What
on
the
doors.
fuck?
She also
Yeah,
made
she needs
death
to
threats
stay in
to other
that shit in
prisoners,
jail, bro.
causing transfers.
She is dangerous and will be for a long period of time.
Charles Cullen. Medical professional serial killers are often referred to as angels of death or mercy. It's an odd nickname, as they're far from angels. In 1986, Charles Cullen graduated from nursing school. He worked at a number of New Jersey and Pennsylvania hospitals in his 16 years as a nurse, during which he administered lethal doses of various substances into multiple patients.
The medications he used were.
Nah, that's
illegal
evil. That's, I mean, they're all evil, but bro, what the
medications
fuck?
that
Imagine
were
you going to the
proven
hospital, you gotta, you know what I'm
that
saying?
you
You gotta
cannot
tread
breathe,
something, you
you
got
cannot
something that
breathe,
you need to
you
get
cannot
right
come
off, and
back,
that dude
you
just
cannot
inject
breathe.
something in
He
your
was
body,
finally
bro.
arrested in 2003,
That's crazy.
and it was determined that he had officially killed 29 patients and possibly caused hundreds more deaths or complications.
What the
He was
fuck?
sentenced to 18 consecutive life sentences
18?
without parole.
18?
He was sentenced to 18 consecutive life sentences without
Okay.
parole. One of the reasons he gave for his action
They
was
say
the
18 years in
easing of
prison. I was
patients'
like,
pain. But it was determined by one coworker that not all his victims were terminal.
Did you get the sense at Somerset, for example, that any of your colleagues, any of the nurses, any of the doctors knew what was going on?
No, I mean, until, you know, the day I was fired, I mean, nobody gave me any indication that anybody was suspicious.
Robert Maudsley.
Hmm.
British serial killer Robert Maudsley was charged with 3 counts of murder and 1 of manslaughter committed between 1974 and 1978.
I'm about to be on
All
the
4 of his
run, bro.
victims were alleged or incarcerated offenders themselves. His first victim was a man who solicited Maudsley. His second was a fellow patient at the Broadmoor Psychiatric Hospital, and his last 2 were fellow inmates at Wakefield Prison. Maudsley claimed the only individuals who should fear him are sex offenders.
What the
In
fuck?
1983, it was determined that Maudsley could not reside in the general prison population, and he was transferred to solitary confinement. In
Yo,
which he has
solitary
been
confinement,
since.
that's
He attempted
like,
to
you're gonna
appeal
go
for
crazy,
some
bro.
form of
Even
in-prison
like,
freedom in 2000,
even 1
but
week, I
was
don't think I can
refused.
be in that shit. Nah,
David
maybe 1
Berkowitz.
week. But like a years in that shit, whew, good luck, buddy.
Known
You
as
need
the son
that.
of Sam, David Berkowitz's crime spree started in 1975 when he stabbed 2 women in the Bronx in New York. Between then and 1977, Berkowitz killed a total of 6 people and wounded 11, during which time he sent ominous letters to the NYPD and a daily news journalist. He referred to himself as the son of Sam in the first letter. He's known for terrorizing the New York City area in the late 70s as he eluded police despite his multiple attacks before finally being caught in
Man, he's like a video
1977.
games or a movie,
They
bro.
expected a violent psychopath, but Berkowitz was calm and cooperative.
No.
When asked to identify himself, he smiled and said,
I'm Sam.
He pled guilty and was sentenced to 6 consecutive life sentences. While he's since become an evangelical Christian, it doesn't undo.
I thought they did at the
what he's
beginning.
So you were not happy when you were doing this?
No, I just felt like a brainwashed robot.
Joaquin El Chapo Guzman.
He could be a colorful guy, but
You're still gonna stay in jail, buddy.
forget that he's a
You ain't gonna work this time.
To see all this chaos and all this destruction and death and come from this one guy, you go, oh my God.
Former drug lord and Sinaloa cartel leader Joaquin Guzman had been involved in cartels since the 1970s. After multiple captures and escapes, he was extradited to
Bro, I
the
can't.
U.S. in 2017.
I don't know what they do to escape,
to
bro.
serve out his
The plan gotta
sentence,
be
eventually arriving at a
magnificent or
Supermax
something, bro.
prison in Colorado.
Magnificent.
El Chapo
Is that all you
Guzman
said?
led the Sinaloa cartel
But yeah, but you know what I mean, but
trafficking
like,
outfit
that
to
plane
one of
gotta
the
be
most
crazy, bro,
profitable
because,
crime
bro,
syndicates in the world.
getting out of
He
jail,
was
bro,
extradited
that's
to the United States in 2017
tough.
and sentenced to life in prison plus 30 years. But the Sinaloa cartel still dominates the North American drug market.
He
Known
said
as El
life
Chapo,
bro,
Guzman's
life
rap sheet
sentence
is too
plus
long to
30
list
years.
here, but it mostly contains drug trafficking.
So you can stay. So
violence, and the use
I
of
do a
hitmen
crime,
to carry
right?
out
I do
hundreds
something
of
really
nefarious
bad. I go in
acts.
jail for
Money
life,
laundering, collusion
and they
with corrupt government officials,
add
and so
30
on.
years. Like it's gonna. Okay, I mean, I don't see the point, bro. Like, I'm gonna die in jail. What's there's 30 more years on that shit? Just in case I'm still alive at 100 years.
Business model included corrupting virtually every corner of the Mexican government.
He escaped in 2001, leading to a 13-year manhunt, only to escape again in 2015
Bro,
and be
we
recaptured.
got a whole
in
army on his head, bro.
2016.
Even this, bro.
He was sentenced to life plus 30 years.
Life plus 30 years.
than people
Why
thought.
30 years,
Frankly,
though? Why plus
this
30
is
years?
the result that
And life is
prosecutors
enough.
and the FBI and the DEA had said they anticipated all along.
My boy look
Charles
confused,
Bronson.
bro.
No, not that
He
Charles
cannot
Bronson.
believe he got fucking
I
cut.
wanted to come off Catty. I asked to go to a hostel because I didn't want to come back to prison.
This one is known for being a violent prisoner more than anything else. Michael Gordon Peterson was given the stage name of Charles Bronson after the American actor by a promoter during the criminal's short-lived bare-knuckle boxing career in 1987. Bronson had been getting into trouble since his adolescence, joining a group of robbers at 13 years old. He was arrested several times for anything from crashing a stolen truck to burglary to armed robbery. As of 1993, Bronson has remained in custody due to his crimes within the prison system. He was transferred a number of times for violence against fellow inmates and prison guards.
I can still do 95 press-ups in 30.
I mean, so far of all the things he did, that's nothing compared to the others, bro.
Continue,
He didn't do much, to be honest. That's all he did was finding dude in jail, bro. And he got on the list. Man, I don't know about this list, bro.
If you're on your phone, make sure
I don't think this is a serious video, bro. I mean, some of them were real, but bro, you beat up some dude in jail and now you're in the 10th most dangerous prison in the world, prisoner in the world. That's gotta be a joke, bro.
One of them was a husband and father, the Boy Scout leader. The other one was an absolute animal.
In the 17-year period between 1974 and 1991, Rader killed 10 people, consisting of 4 members of a family and 6 women. Much like the son of Sam, Rader sent letters and poems to the police and media.
BTK began today's letter with a question. How many do I have to kill before I get a name in the paper or some national attention?
After his final murder in 1991, the BTK case went cold. It remained so until Dennis Rader resumed communication with media outlets in 2004. He even sent some packages, some of which contained bound dolls.
One of those boxes contained a floppy disk.
We got into the metadata and it showed that it had been typed on by a computer at a church in Park City. The name of the computer was registered to the name of Dennis.
Investigators found the church president was Dennis Rader.
Following these, some clever sleuthing led to his arrest in 2005. He is currently serving 10 consecutive life sentences.
He remains in solitary confinement where he will stay for the rest of his life.
Ouais. 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 Wait, which one was the craziest? Hold on. The craziest one, you did say which one, the shoes, which one was the craziest. There was a dude who killed 100 people, right? I remember there was a... Yeah, I choose him. But to be honest, this list, there was not really... I'm pretty sure there's worse people than that, bro. There's no... Like the dude who beat up dude in jail, bro. Like, and you on the list? How the fuck are you on the list? This list cannot be serious, bro. I don't think so.